Ciao, buongiorno. My name is Dean Brindle, and I am the Chief Marketing Officer for SPP Worldwide. I am pleased to share with you today a bit about our Singer brand. Now, a little bit of history, right? Singer's been around for over 17 decades. And I'm going to share a video with you that was actually done in Brazil last year to celebrate our 170th anniversary. Even though it's not in either of our native languages, I think you'll understand why we think Singer continues to have such a high relevance to consumers today.
A Singer passou por várias transformações na sua história. E contribuiu para o universo da costura, com tradição, qualidade e muita inovação. Mas nada disso seria possível sem a nossa maior inspiração, vocês.
Desde os meus 6 anos de idade, aprendi a costurar. Na verdade, a brincar com a máquina de costura. Até porque antes de ter TV em casa, existia ela, a máquina Singer, dentro de todas as casas da minha família.
Felicidades Singer y muchísimas gracias porque desde el inicio nos has dado máquinas de excelente calidad y con una gran variedad de opciones que se adaptan a nuestros gustos y necesidades.
Uno de mis primeros recuerdos con la marca es ver a mis abuelos tras una de las máquinas Singer.
Apaixonada por costura criativa desde a minha infância. Fazia a roupa das bonecas com a Singer.
Lá em casa a gente nunca falou que a gente tem máquina de costura, e sim a gente tem uma Singer. A Singer pra mim é a mesma coisa de carinho de família. Eu quando ligo as minhas máquinas, é a mesma coisa de eu estar falando com a minha mãe.
Pessoas reais nos ajudaram a construir a nossa história e temos orgulho de dizer que estivemos sempre presentes, prontos para inovar a cada ponto e trazer em nossa essência a evolução da costura. Singer, há 170 anos em movimento e evoluindo junto com você.
Part of where we are today, if we consider Singer, Singer brought sewing to the world. When we ask consumers today, what words come to mind when you think of sewing? Singer is top of mind in many markets in the world and represents almost 10x brand recognition to many competitors. This leads us to our first brand identity for Singer. Singer, as the world's #1 sewing brand, introduced Singer is Sewing Made Easy as our first brand identity. We celebrated our 171st anniversary here recently. Ironically, we have products available in over 170 countries in the world, making Singer truly global. Yet Singer remains local for many countries, as the brand's history includes many locations. Much like what you see on the bottom right here, a Singer retail store in the 1930s here in Jesse. Sewing is not only the heritage and history of Singer, it's also our passion. Today, many of our consumers identify with the brand, not because they began with Singer, but because their mother, their grandmother, their family began with Singer. And this passion for sewing and ultimately the Singer brand allows us to continue to work towards delivering that Singer is Sewing Made Easy identity. Now, Singer's history brought sewing machines to the masses with print ads, door-to-door sales, and even financing. When you think about what's unique about this retail model, realize this isn't something that was done 30, 40, 50 years ago. This was in the 1850s, 1860s, and 1870s. Because a sewing machine adjusted for inflation in today's dollars may cost half your annual salary when they launched the products in the 19th century. Singer was the first retail financing model in the US market. They had installment payment plans and door-to-door salesmen. Those door-to-door salesmen collected weekly payments. It allowed the rapid expansion of sewing machines globally into many countries. This first to market kind of approach and innovation around not just the brand, but how we approach consumers continues to today. In 2001, Singer was the first brand to introduce e-commerce in Sri Lanka and is present there again in many products. With hundreds of millions of machines sold in the Singer brand historically, Singer has instant brand recognition. And as our video from Brazil showed, Singer has a story in almost every family. I love during my travels to speak with folks about the Singer brand and learn how someone in their family taught them to sew on a Singer. And much like the gentleman in the video said, not a Singer sewing machine, not a sewing machine, a Singer. Singer is known for sewing. Now, the Singer company no longer exists. Singer Sewing Company once had many buildings and offices throughout the world, including the world's tallest building in New York City at one point. Today, SVP Worldwide, as the parent company for the Singer brand, has a great opportunity to represent this incredible global brand, its identity, its heritage, and its history, while we still remain a mid-sized company, much like many of the companies you're going to see here at the Brand Festival in Jesse. Now, how do we stay relevant with today's consumers? Singer in the media is the pop culture preferred brand, so to speak. This extends back decades. In the 1960s, as you saw in a recent movie, we sponsored Elvis in a pop performance. And ironically, in that ad you see on the left, sold sewing machines and vacuum cleaners. Today, we're present in many fashion show sponsorships, whether that's in New York City, Milan, Paris, Project Runway, Amazon Prime Originals making the cut. Our linkage between sewing and fashion brings in new consumers year by year. And beyond that, we've also gained participation in several Disney movies over the past 3 to 4 years, with Maleficent focused on sewing costumes around Halloween for our consumers, and Cruella, where sewing was a critical part of the overall story for Cruella's evolution, even though she may be a villain. And as we look at the modern world, we're also really aware that our consumers are very diverse. And our participation in RuPaul's Drag Race is now up to 15 consecutive seasons, including editions outside the US and the UK and other countries, and even all-star editions that you're going to see later this year. So as you can see, Singer remains pop culture's preferred brand.
I felt I was meant for more in this life. I want to make art, and I want to make trouble. It's a world of opportunity.
Now, with our presence in Cruella, we really thought this was a great opportunity to tie back to the fashion and the heritage of sewing. Seeing Emma Stone sewing on a 1960s era Singer sewing machine in the UK, incredible for us, right, for the Cruella story. But how do we bring that back to today's consumers? We wanted to relate that to our Singer heavy-duty machines and their flexibility for consumers to learn how to sew garments in the fashion industry. You'll see our heavy-duty machines show up throughout many Singer representations in our media and our partnerships, both online and in film.
Hallelujah.
Beautiful.
The pressure is hitting me.
One bad look after the next.
Get the judges' voices out of your head.
You want to know what I wrote about these looks? Nothing. It was a waste.
All you hear is your demons.
I doubt myself.
I've sacrificed being here without my son.
My dad is gonna be very proud. I do this because this is my oxygen.
This is your chance to show us, the judges, and the world, what your brand is all about. Make it amazing.
Now, I think Heidi said it very well here. This is our chance to show you what our brand is all about and make it amazing. With our partnership with Amazon Prime Original, we're now in season 3 of Making the Cut. This has really allowed us to showcase in the modern story how Singer is inherently linked to garments and fashion. But in the case of making the cut, it's also about allowing those fashion designers to build their brand. And our sponsorship of the show and having the machines has been very unique in that regard, because we find that many of these fashion designers came to the brand already naturally with their Singer story in the family. Singer is also proud to announce that we're sponsoring a new program in Italy. TaylorMade is the Italian adaptation of the Great British Sewing Bee in the UK, which has been wildly successful for the Singer brand. 10 competitors are now competing to be the best Italian tailor. Some of you may have even seen the show. What I really love about this trailer, and I'm going to show you in a second, and also the show, is the use of our heavy-duty machines, just like any consumer would use. And it's so much fun to see the excitement in these tailors professionally looking at our machines and ready to start their craft.
Ci siamo, i nostri apprendisti sarti stanno per entrare per la prima volta nella sartoria di TaylorMade e vedremo chi ha la stoffa.
Che bello! Sono al settimo cielo.
Apprendisti sarti, buongiorno e benvenuti nell'atelier di TaylorMade. Sta per iniziare per voi una grande sfida. Questa sartoria, che da oggi sarà la vostra seconda casa, vi vedrà schierati l'uno contro l'altro. Passerete qui intere giornate a cucire ogni tipologia di abito, perché al termine di questo talent solo uno di voi verrà proclamato miglior sarto di TaylorMade. Sono due le persone che dovrete convincere e ve le presento subito. Elide Morelli e Cristina Tardito, le giudici di TaylorMade. Benvenute!
Buongiorno! Buongiorno ragazzi!
Elide e Cristina, benvenute.
Bellissimo. What else can I say? It's such a great opportunity when we look at our presence in these shows around the world that Singer is not seeking out these opportunities. Our nature and our very heritage being so heavily linked to sewing means that many of these media partners seek us out. Our heritage of innovation in sewing ensures that Singer remains relevant today. From the world's first sewing machine, the first portable machines, the first electric machines, first computerized machines, and even as you saw on this show here, the world's first computerized heavy-duty sewing machines. Consumers recognize our brand across many products, not just sewing. This brings us to our second brand identity. With that heritage, we're able to extend further beyond sewing and claim a second brand identity for Singer, original since 1851. This allows the Singer brand to extend beyond sewing to many other products, whether it's irons, blenders, food processors, air conditioners, refrigerators, washing machines, just to name a few, even motorcycles. Singer has a global presence throughout many products, and the brand identity is universal with the Singer logo and cameo. You see this in our brand guidelines. You see it in many countries around the world, as I've shared some images with you here. The evolution of the Singer S and the cameo as our core brand identifier extends all the way back to our early years. The Singer S was used in advertising materials and even on some of the early products. The original cameo was actually a part of the base or the treadle of the machine in the cast iron you see here. Later, the Singer cameo was applied to the head of the sewing machine for many years before finally transitioning to where we are today, with the Singer S and cameo on the front of every machine globally. That cameo has also been created in multiple anniversary editions and allows us to extend the heritage of the brand beyond sewing, but still staying close to our heritage with Singer brand overall. So these iconic symbols drive our brand, including especially the original Singer S. Today's consumers are digital, and our Singer brand needs to continue to expand our presence online to reach new consumers. Today's consumers are younger, more diverse, and they're online consistently. Singer will grow our presence through our YouTube channel with over 300,000 subscribers, many videos with millions of views with tutorials and other items, to expand online education and website updates to reach new consumers, new media partnerships, and even new products and categories adjacent to sewing. Leveraging that second brand identity, original since 1851, allows us to expand into adjacent categories, crafting, patterns, embroidery, other areas beyond the original garment sewing and quilting that were so common for Singer consumers. And it even brings new partners like the Supreme machine you see behind me. They sought out Singer because they think sewing is cool. That allows us to reach a much younger male demographic that maybe isn't our core audience. So through billions of impressions, millions of video views, and website visitors each year, we continue to stay relevant for Singer through 17 decades. I appreciate your time and also listening to me remotely talk about our Singer brand. And should we meet in person, I'd love to hear your family's Singer story.